Hey everybody, welcome back to Strategy in Small Doses. Today I want to talk about niching down. All right. I've talked about this before, but it came up again the other day inside of the Accelerated Business Alliance mastermind, one of the masterminds. Actually, it wasn't a mastermind. It was one of the 4-on-4 coffee chats. Either way, doesn't matter. We were working with each other inside of this group to really identify ideal clients and what are they saying and different things, right? And one of the members is a Dubsado specialist, and she was telling us that she works with service providers and yada yada. And she said at one point, she goes, I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to think of other niche specific things, like who they are, she goes, or what industry. She goes, because really, honestly, it doesn't matter. And I know that I shouldn't say that. And I'm supposed to have a niche. And so that's what I'm trying to figure out. And I challenged her thinking a little bit, because the reality is she already has a niche. Her niche is Dubsado, right? She is not a systems general specialist that comes in and will work in ClickUp and Dubsado and Trello and Honeybook and Zero and all these other things, right? Like, her niche in itself is Dubsado. I had another client who really only focused in on ClickUp. That was her niche in the moment. Like, she was a ClickUp designer. I have there was another woman inside the 4-on-4, and she does podcast management, right? Like, she only does podcasts. That in itself is your niche. Okay. So many people talk all about this demographics and the place in business. And yes, those things are all but like, even saying I work with freelancers, all right? Freelancers is a niche. That's a niche. I work with solopreneurs. That's a niche. Corporate, small business owners, service-based versus product-based, right? Like, that's a niche, right? I don't serve product-based businesses. I only serve service-based. That's a niche. Sometimes saying women only versus men, that's a niche. Okay. And the whole point here is just to say, sometimes you don't have to get so super detailed, specific with your niche. I guarantee each and every one of you that are listening to this podcast right now, you have a niche. You already have it defined. You might not think you do, but you do. Like, you probably have something like that you already define as your niche. Your framework could be your niche, right? So the people that you work with can be your niche, the personality types. I have a great example of this inside of that same conversation. There was 2 different marketing strategists on that. One of them focuses much more on the introverted, doesn't like to be seen, requires a lot more hand holding. They like to be guided every step of the way, where the other one focuses more on action takers. She doesn't like to handhold. It's like, here's what you need to do. Go do it. Come back. Let's evaluate it. Let's tweak it, and then we'll go do it again. Like, they're executors. They're action takers. Where the other one, the same thing. Like, she doesn't like to work with the introverts that don't like to be seen. She likes to work with people that aren't afraid to get visible, that aren't afraid to put themselves out there, right? Those 2 things are in itself a niche, right? One works with introverts, one works with people that are more action oriented, willing to try something, not afraid of, you know what I mean? And that's okay. Like, those are the things that are going to call in the right people for you. Stop trying to get so specific and saying, I only work with realtors, or I only work in the interior design industry, or I only work with copywriters, I only work with web designers, or something like that. Like, you don't have to get that specific, okay? Your niche does not have to be so specific. Write that down. My niche does not need to be so specific. That is right there. You have something that is, your niche could be personality types. It could be in your offer. It could be in your packaging. It could be in the results that you provide. It could be in the programs and softwares that you use. It could be in the frameworks. There's so many things that you can use. So don't feel like you have to get so specific with it. All right. That's it. Short and sweet. I want to know, what is your niche? Tell me. All right. Jump into the Facebook group, comment, DM me. What is your niche?